Okay, so welcome back to another video. This video is on slash procs and using primaries. Now for the more vigilant and alert, you would find that my previous videos on Warframe has been just one pistol and the rest has been on melee. That's because I have a small confession. I don't use primaries all that often because I cannot keep the arcane up, right? And for those who don't know what the arcane I'm talking about, it's primary dexterity, and I always have issues trying to keep the stacks and buffs up. But that ends today because I just finished a cap with the setup you see before you. So let's get down to it. The frame I'm using is Revenant Prime. Despite Ash's passive giving me more damage and more duration on bleeds, I went with Revenant Prime because you quite literally can't die if you are a walking iframe. So let's break the build down. Growing power for more ability strength. 25% more, and because you're applying status effects, you'll always be getting that 25%. Prime sure-footed for that 100% chance to resist knockdown, because if your Mesmer skin runs out, you really don't want to be knocked down by a heavy gunner nearby and then suddenly die because you can't do anything. If you do not have Prime sure-footed, use Handspring. Umbra Intensify, Blind Rage, and Transient Fortitude for my ability strength. This will amp the damage multiplier on my Expedite Suffering and give me more charges on my Mesmer skin. Prime Continuity to even out Transient Fortitude's negative, because when you're going against Acolytes, you want Enthrall to be active, and with Enthrall active, you'll kill Acolytes easier. Prime Flow and Equilibrium for ammo economy. With this two mods and a Panzervault Profiler, you should not be running out of energy unless it's an energy drain conduit. Rolling Guard for the 3 seconds of invulnerability. Let's say your Mesmer skin runs out, you just roll and then recast your Mesmer skin. Natural talent for that 50% casting speed, so that the kit is more fluid and smoother to use. For the choice of arcanes, Mode Augmented and Arcane Tempo instead of Arcane Strike. The reason that I did not swap this out is because I forgot to. However, if you do have Arcane Tempo, do use it. Mode Augmented gives me 60% ability strength on 250 stacks. That, combined with Umbra Intensify, Blind Rage, and Transient Fortitude, will give me a total of 358% ability strength, further boosting Expedite Suffering's damage multiplier and the number of charges I have on my Mesmer skin. Now moving on to the weapon I'm using. I used for the level cap, the Convectrix. The Convectrix is well known among level cappers to be a cheese weapon. It's a a weapon that makes this specific content really, really easy. Be- and the reason for that is this weapon deals primarily slash damage. And because it deals primarily slash damage, you don't have to strip your dam lists. Let's break the build down. Efficient beams, because it's 350% status, and it only consumes the ammo that you use when you deal damage. So usually, let's say you're using the Ignis Wraith, if you just hold the button down, you will be running off, you'll be chewing through ammo. Basically what this mod does is make it such that instead of using ammo even when you're not hitting anything, it only uses ammo when you're hitting something. Prime tactical pump so that you have better reload times, right? Right now with Prime Tactical Pump on, it's a 1 second reload. Remove it, it's a 2 second reload, and usually we don't like 2 second reloads. That's very, very slow. Critical Deceleration and Prime Ravage for your critical chance and critical damage multiplier. Despite your critical chance, even with critical deceleration only being 48%, when it crits, because of Prime Ravage, you're doing 5 times more damage. So yes, you really do want to mod for critical multipliers. Galvanize Hell for your multi-shot multiplier. Galvanize Savvy for your base damage multiplier. Prime Cleanse Grineer for your faction multiplier. And because we are using the Convectrix, which is a status weapon, and applying bleed procs or slash procs used interchangeably, faction damage will double dip the damage we do in when the game is calculating damage that we are currently dealing. Shotgun Barrage for fire rate, because if you're shooting more, you're putting more statuses on your enemy. For Exiles, I chose to go with Shotgun Ammo Mutation. I do have Prime Shotgun Ammo Mutation, however, because of resource issues, I did not use it. However, I have this, and really, you do want to use ammo mutation of some kind. With the recent ammo nerfs, it's better to have ammo mutation mods. Now for the primer. This is my really standard primer that you've seen in previous videos. And the build is really, really simple. It's just status chance, viral weight, an additional element, multi-shot, and prime fulmination so that you can hit more enemies with just one shot, right? This basically improves the radius by which the explosion affects. But that's basically my primer for Glaive Prime. Now, one thing I didn't cover is that I'm using primary dexterity on Convectrix, because I am using the Glaive Prime to maintain primary dexterity. Now, Glaive Prime on this very setup can kill normal enemies all the way to level cap on a throw and detonate. That's all it needs. It will go to level cap. And because of that, it's very useful to try and keep up the arcane buffs by using Doomelf Prime. And now my choice of focus goal. It's Madurai because I don't have a need for anything else. Power transfer because I get 50% casting speed when I switch back to my Warframe. And sling strength, despite me not maxing it out, this gives me more ability strength after slinging. And it gives me basically more damage. Now we will go for a run. One or two conduits on Olympus to show you the gist of the build. Now we are in Olympus and we will just do one or two conduits to get the gist of the setup. Throw the glaive until you get keys. And here's a key. Put the key in, swap, and start killing normal adds to build up stacks. This is for your galvanized mods. Just search for the Demolist, prime your Demolist, swap back, and now they're dead. And if you missed that, here's another one. Roll, sling twice, and cast. You have the blue key here. And let's put in the blue key. Wait for enemies to spawn. Here's some. Refresh primary dexterity. Refresh galvanized stacks. Slow the Demolist, prime the Demolist, and then go to town. There you go. Pretty simple and effective. So that's basically it. Now, there are pros and cons to this setup. If you are new to level cap and do not know how to keep up your stacks, I would suggest leaving this setup for a later date down the road. A good place to start would be the Karis Prime. Something simple, and all you have to do is to keep 12x combo. However, if you are capable of keeping your primary dexterity buff and your galvanized mods buff up on your primary, then do consider using this setup, because this setup is quite literally one of the best in the game. No strip, no need for ribbons, and it will go all the way to level cap. And I hope you've enjoyed the video. If you have, please like, share, and subscribe. And have a nice day. Thank you for watching.